Hello everyone, this is me Kapil Sikka. I welcome you all to IAS Icons. Have you seen today's essay paper? It was very philosophical in nature. In fact, I would say UPSC has been repeating the trend. And this is where the question comes in. Sir, how to prepare certain kind of questions? How to prepare or what shall be the source of such questions? What should be the writing strategy? What should be the structure? How to gather content? Is there any book available? Is there any coaching available? Is there any material available? And by analyzing these kind of questions or by analyzing today's paper, you will be able to get the answer of all the questions which are coming to your mind after looking at 2022 essay paper. Before we start, I just want to tell you that an academy happens to be the India's largest learning platform. Over here, we have various courses with regard to a preparation, and under these courses you have widest choice of educators, you have flexibility to change the course, you have unlimited views of lectures, you have dedicated doubt sessions, printed material, then end-to-end preparation, live mentorship, live doubt sessions, daily answer writing practices. And this all is provided by the top educators of the country who are 24/7 available for you on this platform. And apart from them, I am also available now. My name is Kapil Sikka and I've been teaching UPSC candidates since past 10-12 years. I have been teaching polity, I've been teaching political science, PSIR, as well as Indian economy. So before we start, let us look at what kind of courses are available to you and what is the costing of these kinds of courses. If you see, our courses are divided into two formats. You have the iconic courses where you get the mentorship. A dedicated mentor is there who is there to assist or who is there to help you in your day-to-day preparation. Apart from that, we have the plus course, which basically provides you a proper classroom program. Upon these courses, we are giving you 20% discount right now. You have to use the code IAS Icons. By using these codes, you will be getting flat 20% discount. This is just for few days left. You just need to hurry up and just need to subscribe to these courses. Apart from that, there are other things which are like coming for you. We have a UPSC CSE batch which has started on 15th of September. So if you want to join this batch, if you want to get yourself trained by these various educators, you just need to join as soon as possible. You just have to use the code and this is where you will be getting 20% discount. Apart from that, you have a super combat that is going on, gamified live scholarship. So this is available on 18th of September 2022, 11 a.m. You just have to log in to our app, just download the app, log in into that and just play this particular or get enrolled in the super combat. You will be rewarded suitably. Apart from that, we have a test series which has been started for 2023. Let us say your coaching is complete, you are not finding any good source of writing the answers, you are not finding good source of material, there is no one to guide you how to write answers. As I'll tell you, when it comes to the answer writing, this is the bloodline of UPSC examination. If you don't write, you will not be qualified. There are very less chances, I would say. Then apart from that, iconic subscriptions are best subscriptions. As you know, you have benefits, one-on-one live mentorship, then you have daily answer writing, access to daily MCQs. So ultimately, this iconic subscription is basically best one-stop solution for your exam preparation. And apart from that, we have, as of now, we have a 0% EMI. You just need to call on these numbers and you just need to give your documents, and this is where you will be finally getting the admission. Now let us start with question number 1. As you know, the essay paper is divided into two sections. There are total 8 questions. Out of those 8 questions, you have to do one question from each section. And this is where choices are, and this is where the problem comes in. Because you keep looking at various topics, more or less every topic looks same and you get confused. So first we will see what kind of questions have been asked, and I'll be telling you if I would have been writing the paper today, what questions I would have chosen, I would have wrote. Number 1 is forests are the best case studies for economic excellence. Now comes the source of the question. This question is very much current oriented, as there is a lot of crisis every now and then. There is a lot of demand now and then with regard to sustainable development. So when it comes to sustainable development, so UPSC keep asking such kind of questions when it comes to sustainable development, artificial intelligence, social media. So they have been asking certain kind of questions. So this question was on the lines of expectation, I would say. So in this question, you just have to write about the forest, the excellence, why they are economic excellence, how they give you sustainability, how your life is being sustained because of the forest, what are the crises with regard to the forest, ideas about the sustainable development, ideas about the economic development versus the restoration of forest. So recently there was one forest report, and this is where you need to quote certain kinds of facts as well. So I'll not be going much detail into these kinds of topics because they are prima facie very simple, straightforward. It is more or less a environment ecology question to be written in 1250 words. Now come another question which seems tough. It is very easy. Poets are unacknowledged legislators of the world. First we need to understand why they are unacknowledged legislators. Up now, when it comes to the social change, when it comes to the political change, you will find a lot of poetries across the world have been written to ignite that change. There have been inertia in the people, and through the writings of certain poets, people get to know what their social needs are, how they should, what government should give them, what their political needs are, what their economic rights are. And ultimately through these kinds of poetries, they tend to get ignited, and then they do the revolt, they revolutionize the thing, and ultimately they are able to gain whatever is required them for them and whatever is due for them. So let us say it is about the valuable philosophy. So these kinds of philosophies are very much required. It basically talks about the moral and judicial ways. It basically teaches you or empowers you, or you can say aware you with regard to certain crisis in the society. And when you abide by these kinds of poetries, when you get influenced by these kinds of poetries, you tend to revolt and you tend to get the benefit. As in the word of Dinkar, okay, so I'll be telling you in Hindi first, that समर शेष है नहीं पाप का भागी केवल व्याध, जो तटस्थ हैं समय लिखेगा उनके भी अपराध. So this particular writing, this poem was written in 1950s. It was about the you can say a guide to the government of India post independence, that you must have won the battle against the Britishers, but you have to win another battle against poverty, against illiteracy, against social deprivation, against inequality. And this is where the young youth or the young mind of that particular, so youth of that particular time, the young mind of that particular time, they got influenced by Dinkar's writings and they started demanding their rights from the government. On the same lines, you must have heard about Kabir Das. Kabir says कि you just need to consume whatever is required. Okay, it talks about the communitarian approach. It talks about the social, the you can say the you can say consumer approach. It talks about the idea of distribution, the idea of giving the things among your other peers as well. Okay, so you just need to consume whatever is required by your body, and you should not have a over consumerist lifestyle. Okay, so it is like ki God should give us that much which is required by us, and that particular resources should be used by everyone, and everyone should have a sustainable life. So this is one thing. Then apart from that, in the same lines, Amrita Pritam used to write a lot, and she basically used to write about you can say various you can say empowerment of women. So that was being written by her. As you can see, when a man denies the power of women, he is denying his own subconscious. So you can see these kinds of poets have been revolutionary in their writings, and with those kinds of revolution, you are able to achieve the ultimate objective. Now the question comes in how to write certain kinds of essays. Point number one is, in such essay, which we were discussing earlier, if you have the right kind of content, if you know at least 8 to 10 poets from your regional language, from national, from your from like let us say official language, from any kind of language you're using, if you know them, only then you will be able to write certain kinds of essays. So this essay needs a very, you can say, proper content, okay, a very pinpointed content to be written, which will fetch you marks. Then comes the third question. History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. So this was about the romanticism and the scienticism. As you know, after 15th century, there was era of Renaissance. Renaissance gave birth to the scientific man. that man became a mechanized man. He started using earth or the resources, natural resources, as their means. Okay, so they thought of these kinds of resources which are available on earth are the means to attain luxurious goals of my life. And this is where romanticism comes in. This is where Wordsworth is saying romanticism means you have to love the nature as well. Science is something, but at the same time you have to ensure that science should not be misused. Science should be used for the beneficial of the nature, for the beneficial of sustainable living. So this whole debate, like you can say, rests around that there has been a victory of scientific man over the romantic man. Okay, so again here you need a lot of, you can say, pinpointed content, that there have been romantic poets, they have been writing about the harmful effects of science on society, how science is developing but it is making man very brutal in nature, very selfish in nature, very egoistic in nature, eccentric in nature, and that man should learn humanity. So idea about science with humanity basically is romanticism. Okay, again the question comes in, sir, how to write certain kind of questions. Okay, this can be written by a student from philosophy background. Okay, if he has a philosophy background, optional, then he would have able to write. Or let us say you know the meaning of romanticism, then also you will be able to write in the examination. But let me tell you, if I would have been writing the examination today, what question I would have opted for, I would have written this question: a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ship is for. It is about coming out of the comfort zone. Let us say Theodore Roosevelt always used to say that ships are always meant to sail in the high seas and win the war, not to rot and rust on the you can say on the sides, okay, on the harbor. So this is what is required. In case if you are unable to understand the Hindi as well, so there have been a famous saying that किनारे पे बैठ के नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. So idea over here is that ship is a metaphor. What is the metaphor? Metaphor means that ship depicts the human life. Okay, so we as a human life, we have to be courageous. We have to fight the evils. We have to fight the enemies. We have to fight the circumstances, and then only we will be able to reach to a certain object. We'll able to attain a certain objective or certain goal of life. So this essay is talking about that very particular ship. That means you have to come out of your comfort zone, and coming out of your comfort zone shall help you in achieving whatever you desire. Certain essays also require prescription. Now what is this prescription? It is nothing but value premise. You have to write from ethics. What exactly is the value premise? Okay, I am the ship. I am very much afraid of what values should come into me. What values should I inculcate? I should inculcate courage. I should inculcate perseverance. I should inculcate dedication. I should inculcate determination. So these are the values which will always help me in sailing down the rough waters of high seas. Okay, so this is where you can see such kind of essays are very easy, comprehensible, and you have a lot of content from ethics. So if you have certain essay with you which has a very overlapping content from ethics, always try to choose that particular essay. Now comes section B. Time to repair the roof is when sun is shining. Time to repair the roof when the sun is shining. This was said by John F. Kennedy. Now Kennedy wants to say that you need to use the right approach to make the right difference. Okay, you need to have the right time, right approach to make to ensure that your actions will bring certain benefits. Okay, so let us say if there is a lot of rain outside, you will never go and repair your roof. We must have seen various contractors who are constructing the roads during raining season. So ultimately what they are doing during rainy season, they are also wasting the time, wasting the resources, plus the output or the end you can say product is not very much beneficial. So this is where you have to interpret the time to repair the roof is basically when the sun is shining. Now how would we get to know? How do we get to know that the sun is shining? So ultimately this is again ethics comes in. That you need to have various values. What kind of values you can have over here? You can have the value of emotional intelligence, which will tell you this is the right time to act and react. Okay, this is where I can make the best, you can say, mark. This is where I can make the best impact upon certain acts. Then obviously you need to have wisdom. Wisdom is also required, and wisdom will tell you, yes, you are right in your actions. This is the right time to go and make the right impact. So these kinds of essays can be divided into three broad categories. First, you have to interpret this very theme. Then you have to put examples, pros and cons. I mean, like, for example, against example, like there have been certain people who have been repairing the roof when it is raining, and there have been certain people who have been repairing the roof when it is shining. I'll just give you a few examples. You'll ask me, sir, what are the examples? We also know certain things. We just want to know the examples. So what can be the examples? Now, at one point of time in 1971, when there was a lot of crisis going on in East Pakistan, Indira Gandhi wanted to use the army over there so that the problem can be resolved and Bangladesh liberation can happen. It was somewhere in June, July. And as you know, the topography of Bangladesh does not allow or is very tough during July, August, September rainy season. Why? A lot of rivers are there. Okay, the topography, the geography will not suit the Indian Armed Forces to get into Bangladesh in rainy season. So idea is best to wait till the winter season, let the land become dry, let the water recede, and then we will have the best impact. Our forces will be able to attack the East Pakistan forces. So this was the, you can say, the idea suggested to you, the suggestion given to you by Sam Manekshaw to Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi ultimately, she said, okay. So this is where Manekshaw said that right time to repair the roof when sun is shining. And this is where when they attacked somewhere on 4th or 5th of December, we were able to liberate the Bangladesh in just around 15 days, 10 days, in fact, not 15 days, 10 days only. So ultimately, we chose the right time, and that right time minimized our efforts, minimized our resources, and maximized the output. Okay, so such kinds of essays need certain kinds of examples. Then next is, you cannot step twice in the same river. Okay, now Herodotus has said this, you cannot step twice in the same river. It is about, as you know, that river changes the course every now and then. So the last pedagogy which you have used, the last method which you have used might change this time. So what you need to do, you need to have an adaptive attitude. So interpretation says that you cannot commit the same mistake twice. Okay, so you need to learn from the mistake. Moreover, you cannot do the same action twice. Every time, depending upon the necessity, you have to change your action. So this is where the adaptive approach comes in. This is where the attitude comes in. So over here again, ethics can be used, that right kind of attitude. For that particular analysis of the consequence, you need to have the aptitude as well. So attitude and aptitude becomes the two important values over here. Then no one size fit all approach, and ultimately not repeating the mistake. Again, value promise can be emotional intelligence. You need to use emotional intelligence, attitude, aptitude, and the similar value system. Again comes, smile is chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Now this is the question, that a smile is a chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Now over here, the problem is that smile is being used as a escapist aspect. Okay, so person is trying to escape when he cannot solve the problem. Let us say you tell me some problem, I am not able to solve it. So what happens? I usually smile and evade. So this is how you can say that smile can be used in different manners. It can be used to solve the problem, it can be used to evade the problem. And this is where you have to write examples and you have to write now values. What are the values? Values are of courage, because if I'll have courage, I'll not smile, I'll just solve your problems, I'll solve the crisis of the situation. So this is where you can see again interpretation value system is again required. Then ultimately again in section B, I would have been writing this very essay. Again, this happens to be very straightforward. Just because you have choice does not mean any of them has to be right. Choice per se is not right. It is the final, ultimate, you can say, the result which justifies the choice. If let us say you do not have any choice with you, okay, so usually you can say that you always tend to justify your actions by saying, I don't have any choice. Okay, let us say, while writing my engineering examination, I did not pay any attention to my coursework throughout the semester, and later on I was caught in the exam process. I was caught cheating. So I would say, no, I did not have any choice. So I have to do this. Okay, we do not have this any choice. We have to any other choice. So we are choiceless. Okay, so this is basically escapist tendency. So over here again, the value premise says that wisdom, emotional intelligence, they will help you in evaluating your choice, and these values will help you in ensuring that you always go by the right choice rather than the wrong choice. So just because you have a choice does not mean any one of them has to be right. So it depends upon what final culmination shall be with regard to your choice. How your choice is going to materialize the thing, it shall be decided then whether the choice was right or wrong. So this was just a brief, you can say, discussion about the essay. So later on we'll be coming up with a detailed session as well. So as of now, I think you must have got the fair idea how you need to solve these kinds of questions. Questions prima facie seems tough, but they are very easy when you have the right content. When you have the GS content, ethics content with you, you will be able to decipher the essay. You will be able to write the essays, and you can see most of the essays are metaphorical in nature. Okay, so they basically tries to highlight some other aspect, or they basically uses certain words to highlight some other problem. So this is where what you need to do is just keep reading good content, just keep reading GS 1, 2, 3, 4 and try to solve previous year question paper of essay, and through that you shall be able to get the fair idea of the essays in the upcoming examination. Look, essay will not be repeated, but ultimately you will be gathering a lot of content, you will be collecting a lot of content, and that content can be used in the upcoming essays. Apart from that, we have something more for you, that is Doubt Darbar. It is being conducted these days. So next will be on 27 September, 28 September, 29 September, History Geography, Tuesday 5 p.m. What you need to do is you have to scan it, you have to enroll through it. You just go on the app, you will get all the details over there, and we shall meet again in the next class. Till then, goodbye, take care, and God bless you all.